I'm going to share 5 powerful levers that you can pull in your business, push, pull, to work less and continue to make more money. I think all of us would love to take more vacations while also feeling really comfortable about being able to pay for those vacations. Or insert whatever your dream is here. Maybe it's to buy some land and put up some camping sites and let your kids run around free range, or have a little homestead. Maybe that's just me. I'm in the market for some mountain land to have some space, but I digress. Whatever your dream is, vacations, maternity leave, which shouldn't be a dream, but we do have to fund it, at least if you're living here in America and are self-employed, or some big investment, or maybe you just want to have a more comfortable lifestyle, working less and making more. This video is for you. I'm going to share the 5 things that I have implemented in my own business to grow from the first year. I only made $11,000 in revenue. That wasn't even take home. That was revenue. And was working my tail off to bring home negative amounts of money. To fast forward to this year, we've already surpassed 300K in revenue. We're just over halfway through the year. It's looking really, really good. And honestly, this year has been kind of weird. It's 2021 when I'm filming this. And we still have the pandemic. We still have everything that's going on. I burnt myself out at the end of 2020 and have just been slowly frustratingly slow at getting back into a real swing of things. But as it turns out, we're actually making more money this year than I have ever. So something must be working, right? And I'm going to share those 5 things that are working really, really well. If we haven't met before, my name is Kaye Putnam. I'm the psychology-driven brand strategist. I share most weekly videos on branding, entrepreneurship, and psychology. And I'm on a mission to help entrepreneurs get their genius out of their brains and into the world so that they can serve and impact the people that they are meant to help. The overarching principle that we need to think about when we want to work less and make more money is to shift into long-term thinking. Setting up the systems, spoiler alert, but setting up all of the different pieces, all these 5 different levers, like pulling on them, it's going to take some setup time that you aren't going to see instant overnight success or overnight riches from. But these are the things that are going to grow your momentum like a snowball and continue to work without you even after you're not putting the effort in anymore. So even though it's harder, even though these are bigger projects and you aren't going to see immediate success from them, they are so worthwhile. So figure out how you can balance your short-term needs with some of these long-term projects if your ultimate desire is to work less. First one is, whenever I'm working on a project, I always ask myself, is this a system or an asset? Because if it's not one of those 2 things, I don't want to spend my time on it. Systems, meaning it's replacing human labor or human capital in my business. It's some type of automation or process that doesn't require thinking anymore. It's set up, it's done. Every single customer or client that comes into contact with that system is going to get that same great experience when they find it or when they encounter it in their journey through, say, my product suite or just getting to know me as a brand. And then the second thing are assets. So how can I develop more intellectual property? How can I build my body of work? How can I create more workshops, more worksheets, more knowledge? Again, getting that genius out of my brain so that it can impact people even when I'm not there. So systems and assets, those are the 2 places to focus when you're switching into this long-term leveraged thinking about growing your business. Second is team and standard operating procedures, aka SOPs. You are a single human. I know a lot of very proficient and effective humans that can do a lot of work, but chances are there's going to be at some point an illness or a vacation or some life change. Maybe you're moving house where your time isn't going to be focused on your business. So in lieu of automating everything, which would be quite challenging in a very human-oriented business, in lieu of automating everything, we can bring in people to not only cover down when we're not able to be there each day in and day out, either because we're focused on other things, we're focused on our zone of genius, and we need to outsource some of the maintenance activities to somebody else. So we're bringing somebody in on the business, maybe not just to cover down when we're away, but secondly, also to free up your time to work on these really high leverage tasks, these visionary intellectual property generating tasks, and then have them work on more of the maintenance and the ongoing stuff so that you can focus on where your time as the CEO and visionary of your business is best spent. So team is so incredibly important. The piece that I missed when I hired my first VA was to first create standard operating procedures. I needed to get my processes out of my brain, just like I'm getting my IP out of my brain. And I needed to document that. Otherwise, I couldn't expect somebody to read my mind. So having both of those things in place are so incredibly important. For creatives that I'm bringing on, it is essential for me and my clients to have what I call a brand source book. I develop these brand source books, which are kind of like a brand Bible or a brand manual on steroids inside of my VIP intensives. So these are 1 day, 3 to 4 hour intensives that I get together with clients, and then my team and I put them together and deliver a brand source book. So having this source book is so crucial whenever anybody else is going to be your brand on your behalf. And then for all of the internal things, we have a whole dashboard inside of Notion that has popular email templates. It has our policies and procedures when it comes to managing students within our courses. Anything that we are doing repeatedly, we are documenting within Notion so that team members can come in, they know how to do the work, and we can, again, bring in more people if we're falling behind, and they can just jump right in, get up to speed really, really quickly with getting to know the brand in the brand source book, and then getting to know the actual tasks of particular processes in Notion. So team married with SOPs is the second way to build leverage in your business. And when you're doing this correctly, meaning even if you don't have a ton of revenue right now, if you bring in team members that will help you increase your revenue really quickly, so people that are going to help you with your marketing or your sales in some way so that you can focus perhaps on creating more offers or also accelerating that sales process, they can pay for themselves really, really quickly. And then you can add in some more of the lower priority tasks for additional team members as you go on. So maybe you have somebody that is doing something that is less important or less urgent, but hiring for that person first might not create the biggest return on investment. So look for the places where you're literally losing sales, or you know that you have an incredible opportunity to gain sales. Like maybe you're not pitching yourself for being a guest expert on other people's audiences, and you know that you are a great speaker. And if you are not doing that, if you bring somebody in, that could very directly impact sales and pay for that person's time, talent, and effort really quickly. So look for those opportunities. Third, I totally gave this one away already, so I won't beat a dead horse, but document your intellectual property. Instead of you sitting down with a client or a customer and you having to do every step of the process, Get what you know out of your brain and into materials, into tools, into processes, into courses or educational content. Get your process out of your brain and develop a signature service. Develop a system that you're going to make famous, as opposed to everybody needing you and your time all of the time. So divorce the outcome of your product or service from your time by getting your IP out of your brain and into the world in some tangible format that other people can benefit from. A really powerful way to do this is to develop courses. So instead of you and your time and you're like sitting down one-on-one with somebody, you can now sell at scale if you have a product or a course or something that doesn't require either your time at all or as much of your time, or your time in that one-on-one format. Step number 4, or lever. I don't know why I'm saying lever. Lever. Maybe it sounds more European and exotic. 4th lever to pull are evergreen sales funnels. These are like next level, Yoda level automation and leverage for you. An evergreen sales funnel means that whenever somebody comes into your world, they can dip into a sales funnel and purchase your product every single day of the year. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I did another video on my specific evergreen sales funnel and how I create most daily course sales within my business. So if you want to deep dive into this 4th lever, then you can do that. However, let me just say that, like, create the funnel, make it evergreen so that you can always be available to help somebody when they need your service or need your product or need your expertise. So powerful. We don't want to be the bottleneck in the sales process as much as possible. So if every person that's going to buy needs to get on a phone call with you, that might work for like really high level, low scale products. But if every single person needs to get on a phone call with you to even find out what your lower level products or services are, you're probably stifling your inflow of clients and of revenue. So figure out how to take yourself out of the sales process. Another way to do this, if you don't want everything to be automated and recorded, is you could also dip back into lever number 2 and hire a sales team. I have not, well, I lie. I have done this in my business. I didn't hire like specific, like a sales agency like some people do. I have had a content marketer and team member in my business for over 5 years. She's amazing and she knows our products and services inside and out. So she is actually doing some of our sales calls now. And that frees up my time to do things like this, to record videos that can impact thousands of people, and then also to record or to upgrade and refresh all of those courses so that when people do invest in us, we have the best possible products and experience. And the 5th lever that we need to pull to build leverage, work less, make more money is automated lead generation. AKA typically paying for ads or paying for visibility in some way. When we automate our lead generation, it means that we don't have to be in the moment and be posting on Instagram every single day, showing up on stories every single day. That strategy works really well for a lot of people, but for anybody that wants to make sure that you're attracting new people into your audience all of the time on autopilot, paying for ads, which are connected to that evergreen sales funnel, is a brilliant way to scale up your time and your impact and to reach more people that you wouldn't otherwise reach. So I believe that organic and paid marketing work really well together. It's generally fantastic to do both. The organic marketing has more additional benefits of nurturing your existing audience, getting people ready to buy that aren't quite ready, but you're missing out on leverage if you have a product that you know sells, you have a evergreen way to sell it if you're not then inviting people on a consistent basis to that sales funnel, then you're missing out on sales. So once you have the proven product and process to sell it, absolutely turn on those ads, get that process dialed in so that thousands of people can get introduced to your brand every single day without you doing any extra work. It is magical. So there you go, 5 ways that I personally have increased leverage my business to get more results. And I also teach each of these 5 levers within my Amplify Accelerator 6-month mentorship. So if you're at the point in your business where you have a brand, you've made sales, and you want to scale up and grow while not working more and more and more and burning yourself out, these systems I will walk hand in hand with you, giving you feedback every step of the way if you join my Amplify Accelerator program. It is application only because we make sure that it's a very tight-knit, like-minded group of entrepreneurs, but I'll drop the link below so that you can apply if you think that you would be a good fit for that program. Which of the 5 levers are you going to focus on next? Let me know in the comments. Are you going to build new systems? Are you going to hire some new member of your team? And make sure you set up those SOPs at the same time. Are you going to develop more of your intellectual property? Are you going to set up an evergreen sales funnel? Or are you going to automate your lead generation with some paid ads? I can't wait to hear. Let me know in the comments. Talk to you guys soon.